Can Tiverton Town avoid relegation? Well, this isn't an answer that we can find out today, but we can find out whether they could get a step closer towards escaping it, because currently they are 5 points adrift in the relegation zone. And of course I am here at Tiverton Town, and that just down there is Tiverton Town Football Club. Tiverton Town are sitting in 21st place, winning 1 out of their last 5 matches, and last Saturday losing 5-0 at home to Basingstoke. Well, after that game, their manager left, and in midweek, Asa Hall, who, if you're a Torquay fan, you would know him as a player. I think he even played last year. Had, I assume, retired from football and now are taking on this role. I don't think it's a player-manager role. I think he is just the manager, and that only happened midweek. He already played or managed 1 game. They drew 0-0, but today is a must-win. And there again, Froome Town sit only 1 space above Tiverton Town. Same amount of points. Of course, they're in 20th place. So a win today for both teams actually is a must. And they've drawn their last 4 out of 5 games.
We can forget about that sport being played over there, although lovely little stand. We're all here for football. In typical me fashion, I've gone the wrong way round. Ended up at a youth car centre, so we are going back the way we came. Unfortunately, back past the rugby.
Firstly, it's my fault for not following that simple arrow, which obviously goes this way. So here I am, in this lovely ground. This is another new one for me, ground number 108. So let's hope that I bring the good luck to Tiverton Town, who need 3 points desperately. So like, subscribe, and let me know where I should go next. Would have been rude not to get something. Otherwise it's taken me so long to come here. What a beautiful ground. Tiverton Town. I keep saying Taunton Town and I haven't deleted it. So I do apologise. But yeah, quite a few Torquay fans here as well that I think may be supporting Asa Hall first Saturday game in charge. Hoping that they can get a win. This is step 7 of the English Pyramid, so 1 below Torquay, the Southern Premier Division. So, quick interesting fact before the players come out in about 5 minutes. Ben Foster, who of course, footballer, ex-footballer, and now very successful YouTuber, actually played here for Tiverton Town, making 16 appearances in the 2002-2003 season. And I'll flash it on screen now if you don't believe me. That is him. Might not look like him. Look it up. I think it's him. I hope it's him. I see why there's no one really stood over it. It makes me feel drunk just walking along. It's just really uneven ground. I'm wobbling all over the place. I've only had a third of a pint. I'm not drunk, I promise it's just really wonky. I'm really shitty. It's not going to show like that on camera probably, so then you're just going to think that I'm either a lightweight or... I promise you, right, I'm showing you. Look there, look how wonky that is. Wonky. And that isn't a negative thing, by the way, because this ground is fantastic. I love terracing, there's loads of terracing. Can't get enough of terracing. So yeah, brilliant. 3 minutes maybe till the players come out. So let's go see where I'm actually going to watch from. 15-minute play, not really a lot going on so far. Very, very slow start to the game. Very slow. Best chance so far, and it's to the away team. They're looking the better team, but both teams aren't aren't looking that great either, so to say the better team, they look better than Tiverton, but they both look terrible at the moment. Much better from Tiverton, but with 5 minutes till half time, they're just taking a long time to get going, if they are going to get going at all. Oh my god. Probably the worst cross I've ever seen in my life. That probably landed in my back garden. 0-0 at half time in probably one of the worst halves of football that I've seen, definitely this season at least. But I'm starting to really look away from the scores when I'm a neutral at a game and just really experience the new grounds and what they're like, and always be on a positive, because you know it's very easy to get caught up on a boring game or whatever, but I go to these different grounds to experience different things, to experience different facilities of what they've got, you know, the different atmosphere. And you know, you got some good youngsters behind the goal. Then I didn't really show too much, but they had the drum and they were doing some chant cacature, which is fantastic. And that's what I'm here for, you know, to give a limelight to another club. And if I could do anything, of course, another Devon club, giving a limelight to them, then that's brilliant. But yeah, that first half, we don't need to talk about that. Let's just hope there is a little bit more excitement in the second half. But again, what am I going to expect when both teams are looking like they could get relegated? And one thing to add, if Buckland were to go up in the playoffs and Tiverton were to be relegated, they actually will be in the same league next season. I could have moved back here with Buckland, which would be mental. I do think we're on the way to another 0-0 here though. This is a shame. Terrible. It's just like neither team want to win, but they both need a win here because they both could get relegated. Shocking from both teams, really. I think that was their chance, like 2 minutes in full time. That was their chance to win it right there. Oh, there we go. Full time, 0-0. No good for either team. There's an exit there. Let's go out that way. So, full time, 0-0. And the question today was, can Tiverton avoid relegation? I'm going to say probably not, because they have nothing going forward. They haven't scored in at least the last 3 games, maybe 4 games. I know 3 for a definite. And they just don't have no urgency there. I mean, they're in the relegation zone, 5 points adrift. Same with Froome. And both teams just look like they are going down. So like I said, there isn't a definite answer today of can Tiverton Town avoid relegation, but I would say it's very unlikely that they will avoid relegation because they need to be getting a goal and they're not getting them. They can't just keep drawing 0-0 and expect that to get them out. I don't know how the other results have gone, but I would say they're at least 7 point adrift now. Maybe more, I don't know. They were 5 point at the start. They could be still 5 point, but at the same time, it just doesn't look good for them, unfortunately. Doesn't look good for Freedom either. But again, like I said, I don't want to look at the game too much because the old TDM Kyle would have gone by, stalemate at Tiverton, whatever, and gone by that. But yeah, you always want to see goal. You always want to see goal. 0-0 are not good at all. No one likes a 0-0. A 0-0 isn't good for anyone, apart from when we drew 0-0 at Arsenal and ended up staying up. That was great. That was a good point. That's where it's different towards the end of the season. And if you're a team like Sunderland and you're getting a 0-0 against a team like Arsenal. But today was no good for either of those teams. Both teams, again, look terrible. It was just not good. It was just not good football. But again, what a lovely ground. I really enjoyed my time there. So ground 108. Subscribe down below. Where should I go next? Send me to somewhere that I'm going to see some goal. Like Welton Rovers.